Chinese Moral Civilization. This is an excerpt from a speech delivered by Mr Kwok Shiu Ming at the inauguration ceremony of the Institute of Moral Science at Renmin University of China in Beijing. Since the founding of New China, the party and government leaders have insisted on using the spirit and theories of Marx to develop the country, liberating our compatriots who have been subjected to feudal superstition and class oppression for thousands of years, and leading the Chinese nation to stand tall in the international arena. Both inside and outside of our country, intellectuals are providing resources and actively supporting the construction and development of our country. Throughout the history of the world, every nation has experienced a difficult period of development and growth through their mistakes, and our motherland has been no exception to this phenomenon. Over the past decade of reform and opening up, we have seen economic successes that have captured the world's attention, but have also brought with them the danger of alienation, caused by the overwhelming greed of human nature. Today, the Institute of Moral Science has been established by wise party leaders to deepen and strengthen the building of spiritual civilization, and as a guiding beacon to provide rational and effective moral science theories. This will enable those who are suffering from material and sensual desires that have led to uncontrolled physical and mental behavior to re-establish a brighter goal and philosophy of life. As I live in a society where many people are striving to make a living and pursuing fame and fortune, it is difficult for me to have the opportunity to express my personal ideas and discuss philosophical matters. Today, however, I have the opportunity to meet with the elite scholars of my country, so I take this opportunity to express some of my personal concepts. According to Hegel's doctrine, the parts relating to mental phenomenon are not complete, so I have supplemented it with the Eastern Shakyamuni philosophy of karma and the Four Noble Truths. This provides a real understanding of how one's own being is formed and how it flows through the universe. It also reveals how to alter the direction of the mind stream and the method to facilitate the sublimation of the mind stream. Secondly, in a letter to Friedrich Engels written by Marx whilst he was writing the first draft of Das Kapital, he mentioned that I have benefited from a chance review of Hegel's The Phenomenology of Spirit in terms of narrative method, and if I had the opportunity to do so again, I would be happy to devote 2 or 3 pages to explaining to the general public the rational elements of the method that Hegel discovered and at the same time wrapped up in mysticism. The letter refers to the dialectical method that ultimately leads to the absolute, a concept used in Hegel's Science of Logic to reveal scholarly and scientific exposition. Ultimately, Marx never had the time to write an article on the rational elements of this dialectic. I accidentally discovered that the Eastern science of causality was more profound than logic, and therefore used it as a way to reveal more pure and effective forms of thought. I have no intention of becoming a philosopher of historical renown, for power and prestige are just another form of shackle. But as part of the human form, I do not waste the intrinsic gift of the human being to create, develop, and use the right knowledge to nurture the next generation. Therefore, what I have done in the past and what I am doing now is mainly based on my understanding and awareness of the special function and value of the human being. This has inspired me to take the initiative to make the best use of my short and temporal life within this dimension, to do meaningful work that can refine and develop the personality, rather than being influenced and tempted by external forces. In doing so, I have experienced Hegel's core notion of absolute freedom and believe that the reason we are all here today is because of my response to the application of these arguments and methods to my work. I wish to provide my experience and methodology to the Institute of Moral Science for its research and development, and to make a small contribution to the advancement of spiritual civilization in our country. I am particularly grateful to the party leaders I have met in the past and those I now know. In their words and deeds, I feel that the excellent communist spirit that was so revered in the past has not disappeared from our country. And this strengthens my belief in the prediction of my mentor, Dr. Sri Rahula, that China will shine in the 21st century. I am also grateful for the many opportunities they have provided me to do good work and to fulfill my civic duties and responsibilities. I firmly believe that at the end of my own life and those of my compatriots who have contributed to the building of our country, a peace of mind will exist that cannot be exchanged for power, desire, fame, and fortune. This peace will be manifested and accompanied by the departure from this world, so that the social wealth created during this life, though not owned in their names, will continue to be grown and shared. It will be the correct and rational way of fulfilling the value and function of human life as it exists in segmented space and time. Lastly, I wish our compatriots in the motherland to be united so that the prestige and status of our Chinese nation will be immortalized in the milestones of the world's development history